Namaste. The purpose of this channel is to introduce to you some of the greatest enlightened beings on the planet and how exactly they contributed to the society. Today, I'm going to talk about a person who wrote no books, no great teachings, no big speeches. Still, some of the most popular celebrities and business people are his followers. Some big names in the list are the former CEO of Apple, Steve Jobs, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg, and the most popular cricketer on the planet, Virat Kohli, and the gorgeous actress Julia Roberts. Well, we are going to learn about the life of Neem Karoli Baba. Lakshman Narayan Sharma was his original name. He was born around 1900 in the village Akbarpur in Ambedkar Nagar district, Uttar Pradesh. After being married by his parents at the age of 11, he left home to become a wandering sadhu. He later returned home at his father's request to live a settled married life. He had two sons and a daughter. Once, Baba boarded a train without a ticket and the conductor decided to halt the train and force Neem Karoli Baba off the train at the village of Neem Karoli, Farrukhabad district in UP. After forcing Baba off the train, the conductor tried to start the train, but in vain. After several attempts at starting the train, someone suggested to the conductor that they allow the Baba back on the train. After the request, Neem Karoli Baba agreed to board the train on two conditions. Number one, the railway company must promise to build a station at the village of Neem Karoli. At the time, the villagers had to walk many miles to the nearest station. And number two, the railway company must henceforth treat sadhus better. The officials agreed and Neem Karoli Baba boarded the train, joking, "What is up to me to start the trains?" Immediately after his boarding the train, it started. Baba gave his blessings and the train proceeded. Later, a train station was built at the village of Neem Karoli. Thereafter, he wandered extensively throughout northern India. During this time, he was known under many names, including Lakshman Das, Handiwala Baba, and Tikonia Wala Baba. When he did tapasya and sadhana at Vavaniya Morbi in Gujarat, he was known as Talaya Baba. In Vrindavan, local inhabitants addressed him by the name of Chamatkari Baba, which means Miracle Baba. During his life, two main ashrams were built at Kainchi and Vrindavan, and over 100 temples were constructed in his name. Once he had predicted Lal Bahadur Shastri would become the Prime Minister of India. Exactly a year later, he became the Prime Minister of India. In 1967, R.P. Wynch, a devotee of Baba's, came to Kainchi to see Baba. Baba offered him an umbrella. Although Wynch refused, saying he already had an umbrella, Baba insisted that it should be with him. In Lucknow, he started suffering from heart, liver and spleen trouble. A checkup at Balrampur Hospital revealed that his spleen was enlarged by 13 centimeters, but the doctors did not advise an operation due to his heart trouble. As no other treatment option was available to him in Lucknow, he and his wife went to All India Institute of Medical Science in Delhi. Back at home, his wife noticed the umbrella lying. She took it and kept it under the pillow of the hospital bed. The doctors told the treatment would last for 6 months. The treatment started. He was given the first tablet. The next morning, Wynch felt completely fine and insisted an examination be conducted to check the spleen size. But the doctors refused. He asked his wife to meet the superintendent of the hospital, and he gave permission to examine. The results showed the spleen had reduced by 13 centimeters, which was a miracle. Wynch pulled out the umbrella and told the doctors, "My sickness was healed by its grace." Baba is also called as Maharajji. Once Baba's nephew was dying of smallpox and Apparently, the last moment had come, for the body had been moved from the bed to the floor. It was suggested that a drop of water from Ganga, with which Maharajji's feet had been washed, be placed in the boy's throat. When this was done, the boy sat up, and by the next day, the smallpox was gone. At the same time, many miles away in the hills where Siddhima was with Maharajji, suddenly Maharajji developed these spots all over his body. Since smallpox was not frequently seen in the hills, the hill people were not familiar with what it looked like. They got a lotion and treated it as an allergy. By the next day, the spots were gone, and Maharajji said, "That was a wonderful lotion. What could those spots have been? I must have been allergic to something." Only much later, it was known that the boy's cure and Maharajji's allergy coincided. One day, Baba was sitting by the roadside when a sadhu named Balak came and offered pranam to him. Baba said to Balak, "What's the trouble?" Balak told him that he had been suffering from stomach pain since the previous evening. Baba gave him some of the remaining water from the metal pot that he used when washing. Balak drank this, and then Baba made him run around. In a little while, the pain subsided. The same day, Pandit Mama also had pain in his stomach. Baba immediately got him admitted to Ramsay Hospital in Nainital and sent his devotees to inquire about his health throughout the day. A devotee asked Baba the reason for according different treatment. In reference to this, Baba said, "God takes care of the person who has no one to look after him. Pandit is a well-to-do man. He wants a good treatment and also expects others to express their sympathy for him." Once there was a devastating flood at Allahabad of Ganga and Yamuna rivers. The flood was so devastating that even the fort at Allahabad was damaged. There was a danger to Hanuman Mandir on the banks of river Ganga, that the entire mandir might be washed away. All the pujaris were worried. They approached the defense minister, Dr. Kachu, who was in Allahabad. He said, "What can the army do? Now only Lord Hanuman can save the temple. And Neem Karoli Baba is Hanuman. He can do it." While this talk was going on, Babaji arrived in jeep. He shouted, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" All the priests approached Babaji and told their fears for the temple. Neem Karoli Baba went to the river and took some water in his palm. He sipped the water and said, "It will go, it will go." In 3 days, the water of Ganga river receded and the temple was saved. There were many instances when Babaji was at different places at the same time. This incident happened when devotees had just completed the building of new Hanuman Mandir in Panki. It is near Kanpur. During its official opening ceremony, Babaji or Maharajji was in Allahabad. He had told everybody that he wouldn't attend the function personally. On the morning of the opening ceremony in Panki, Babaji went into his room in Allahabad and told his attendant, "I am not keeping well. I shall sleep today." He covered himself with a blanket and was locked in from outside. The following day, some devotees came to Allahabad to distribute prasad from the puja in Panki. They described that everything went smoothly. It was a colorful puja and Bandra was also organized. They even reported that Maharajji had come to the event in Panki, although he said he wouldn't. It surprised the attendants as Maharajji was in Allahabad all the time. However, devotees said that he was also in Panki at the Hanuman temple from 7 until 12 o'clock. Neem Karoli Baba had many well-known disciples, including spiritual teacher Ram Das, teacher and performer Bhagavan Das and Lama Surya Das, as well as musicians Jai Uttal and Krishna Das. Other notable devotees of Babaji were humanitarian Larry Brilliant and his wife Girija, Dada Mukherjee, who was a professor at Allahabad University, scholar and writer, yet Rosser, filmmaker John Bush, and notable author Daniel Goleman. Even Steve Jobs and his friend Dan Kotke came to India in April 1974 to meet Baba, but he found that Guru had already died the previous September. Julia Roberts, the most famous Hollywood actress, was also influenced by Neem Karoli Baba. Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, was influenced by Steve Jobs and visited Babaji's ashram in Kainchi. Recently, the greatest player in the world cricket, Virat Kohli, with his family visited the ashram to seek the blessings of Baba. Kainchi Dham ashram, where he stayed in the last decade of his life, was built in 1964 with Hanuman temple. Over the years, the temple, which is located 17 kilometers from Nainital, the Nainital Almora road, has become an important pilgrimage for locals as well as spiritual seekers and devotees worldwide. Each year on June 15th, at the Kainchi Dham ashram, Bandara takes place to commemorate the inauguration of the temple, a celebration that typically receives over 1 lakh devotees. Neem Karoli Baba was a saint, a mystic who touched thousands of lives. His grace is present till today for those who believe in him. Thank you for watching.